Yes. This king saw the future. A future of the rise and fall of great rulers and empires. A future where Persia stood tall, with Darius and Cyrus the Great at its helm. A future where a little Macedonian prince created a vast empire after he conquered 3 continents and came to be known as Alexander the Great. This king I'm talking about saw as far as a time when a great kingdom would rise up in a burst of military strength to take over the world with brute force and an iron fist and become the Roman Empire. Yes, this king saw the future, and his name was Nebuchadnezzar, the greatest ruler of the Babylonian dynasty. But how King Nebuchadnezzar saw thousands of years beyond his lifetime is a mystery that we are about to uncover. It all began one strange night during the 2nd year of his reign. The king was deep in his sleep, and suddenly he saw something he'd never seen before, something that scared the sleep out of him. And worse than that, when he woke up, he couldn't even remember what he had seen. So after straining his mind as much as he could to remember, he summoned all his magicians and sorcerers, and commanded them to help him recall his strange dream. But even with all the knowledge of the dark arts, they too couldn't find the dream. Nobody could, except for one man, a man called Daniel. So Daniel was brought before the king, and without fear, Daniel approached him to tell him the dream that he had lost to memory. And he reminded King Nebuchadnezzar that in the dream, he saw a massive statue of a man with a golden head, silver arms, a brass belly, and iron legs. And out of nowhere, a stone was thrown at the feet of this statue that were partly iron and partly clay, and it shattered into pieces. And when King Nebuchadnezzar heard that, he remembered. It all came rushing back to him, and he felt partly relieved. But there was still one problem. What was its meaning? So Daniel went on to explain the meaning of the dream, and he told him the statue was a representation of kingdoms that were yet to come. The golden head symbolized the kingdom of Babylon in all its splendor and glory, and the silver arms represented another kingdom that would rise after Babylon, but not to the same level of greatness, and this was the kingdom of Persia. The bronze belly was a third kingdom that would also rise just as the second did, and will rule the whole earth, but still not quite like the golden kingdom of Babylon. And this was the kingdom of Greece. And after that, a fourth kingdom shall rise out of the ashes, and like the iron legs that symbolize it, it shall be strong and mighty, and it shall crash everything in its way into pieces, just as iron breaks things into pieces. And this was none other than the Roman Empire. And after that kingdom, 10 kingdoms symbolized by the 10 toes of the statue, which are made of both iron and clay, shall arise. And these 10 kingdoms shall have the strength of iron, but also the strength of clay. And just as Nebuchadnezzar, the great king of Babylon, saw in his vision, it all came to pass. And as the histories teach, the kingdom of Babylon was overthrown by the kingdom of Persia. And the kingdom of Persia lost its place to the kingdom of Greece when Alexander the Great conquered the world. And after a short while, the Romans rose up and established a dynasty that lasted over 1,000 years. And when the great empire of Rome fell, 10 kingdoms rose up in its place. And according to this vision, we are currently living in the days of the 10 toes. So, it's just like we said at the start. This king saw the future. Literally, the entire future. But the question we need to answer today is, which are these 10 kingdoms?